Hi there, and welcome to another episode of Sit and Spin with me, your host Joe, and Norm the Bionic Drowsy Dog. Yes, I may be old, but I have seen all the cool dance. Today, though, we're going to be talking about the new release from a man of many musical hats, that being Beck, and his new release, Morning Phase, which just came out this week. Beck, aka Beck Hansen, or Beck David Campbell, as he was officially born, is a singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist who first came to fame in the early 90s via the song Loser, and has since had many hits in various different styles that he likes to work in, being like alt-rock, funk, soul, hip-hop, psychedelic, country, and folk. The latter three kind of bring us to mind with a new record, Morning Phase. It's a sound he first explored on his albums Mutations and Sea Change back in the day, and up until this record, Sea Change was probably my favorite Beck album. I personally, as much as I like the other sounds and stuff he does and all the other hits he's had, I like the quieter, more introspective, mellow, folkier kind of albums that he's done. Stuff it's more immersive, it's got a wider soundscape, more stuff to explore and get lost in, very ambient sounding. Can be, down-tempo and slightly melancholic, but Morning Phase, it's a bit more bright and happy than that, even for that stuff aside. It's his first proper album since 2008's Modern Guilt, which was also his last record on Geffen Records, and this is his first for Capitol Records. But in that time off, even though it's been a long time, he's been a busy boy. He spent a lot of time moonlighting as a producer for folks like Charlotte Gainsborough, Thurston Moore, Stephen McMalkus. He founded the Record Club Project, wherein he and a bunch of his friends would get together and in one day they would record the entire classic album of another artist like Velvet Underground or Leonard Cohen or INXS. And all that stuff is available online. You can find it if you want to look for it. You can find videos for it on YouTube. He also contributed 4 songs to the 2010 soundtrack of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Favorite. Good stuff on there. And most recently he also did the Song Reader Project, where he basically wrote an entire album's worth of music, 20 tracks, is sheet music only, in the hopes that, he'd put it out there and other artists, enterprising artists, they'd go and get that stuff and record their own versions of it and put it out just to see how everybody would interpret it differently, which was pretty cool. And of course, he's also released various singles, mostly on vinyl, in between that time as well. But finally, got around to making another record. Oh, I forgot to mention that he also dealt with having a broken back in there somewhere too. So, he's had reason for taking a little bit of time off. But he's finally gotten around to releasing a new record, and Morning Phase is that album. Like Sea Change, he also reunited a lot of the same band he used on that album. Some longtime cohorts that have worked with him for a while, like bassist Justin Meldell Johnson, drummer Joey Waronker, hard to say that fast, and keyboardist Roger Joseph Manning Jr. of the band Jellyfish, who has kind of been his unofficial band leader for quite some time on and off. But big fan of Jellyfish, so that's always a plus for me. And of course his father, David Campbell, who is a noted arranger, composer, and conductor in his own right, contributed a lot of the orchestral arrangements to the album. And it's funny because, man, the older I get, the more I tend to get into stuff like this. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's just a great record. I'm hesitant to even point out favorites on it, because it's the kind of record that if you really enjoy the listening experience of listening to albums, man, you just throw it on and you put it on, you listen to it, and you get, like I said, you get lost in it. You just explore the whole thing. You're not worried about, oh, this song should be a single, or this one sounds like a single, because all the songs are good. The singles really don't play into it. It's just a full album, LP, long-playing listening experience. And it is available on vinyl, too. I kind of hesitated about whether it's going to get the CD or vinyl version, but being kind of budget conscious these days, the vinyl was more than twice what the CD cost, so I opted for CD, even though I am a vinyl lover. Who knows, I may go back and buy the vinyl version, too. But in the meantime, the CD will suit me just fine. Definitely, if you dig the sound of this side of Beck, go out and pick it up. Even if you never really heard of him in this day and age, and you just like that kind of sound, what I've described, you might want to check it out. Check out his album Sea Change and Mutations too, because they're really good. And if that's not enough, he's already working on a second album that hopefully will come out later this year. It's going to be more of a proper follow-up to Modern Guilt, more kind of the sound that maybe other people are more familiar with from Beck. And that'll be great too, but I, right now, am digging Morning Phase. It's already on the fast track to being one of my favorite albums of the year. And you can check out Beck live tonight. He's going to be the musical guest on tonight's episode of Saturday Night Live. And that's all I've got on Beck today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for me and Norm the Drowsy Dog. And I got some other cool stuff. Hopefully I'll get out to you soon. And And we will catch you next time on Sit and Spin. See you then.